What's up, everybody? It's your girl Chai, and I'm so excited because today is the first episode of my new podcast, Unwritten Bars, and here we talk everything music, content creation, culture, and whatever's trending, all spit with real facts, no hesitation, no filters, no right answers. So let's get into it. Today I'm here with
Pway.
So, tell me a little bit about you. What do you do?
I do content. I'm also a business owner.
Okay. I'm from Jersey, man, but I haven't been jacking Jersey lately. But as Jersey's princess, you feel me? Because I'm the biggest. What's it like growing up in Jersey? Like, be for real. The Jersey
Bro, I'm from the
people wanna
motherland.
know.
I ain't from Jersey.
What's the motherland?
I ain't grew up in Jersey, bro.
What's the motherland?
I'm from the motherland. I ain't from Jersey.
Which motherland?
I told you, I'm Jamaican. Whoa.
Chad, does he look Jamaican?
Yeah.
No.
I got the locks. Black. Yeah.
Is that what Jamaican looks like?
Yeah, he's black with locks. They're black with locks.
Name 3 Jamaicans that are black with locks.
Bob Marley.
That are alive.
Oh.
Guys, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, what's that guy name? He goes, it's got a name, man.
Okay then, he's not Jamaican. Next. Comment down below what the motherland is, cause... So, I have a few questions for you. Are you ready to spit your unwritten bars?
Of course.
Okay, so first, let's start off with the topic of artist versus regular life, or like content creator versus regular life.
Right.
So at what point does music/content creation stop being a hobby and become like a lifestyle?
If you're doing something for like 25 years and it ain't really working, and you ain't make not one progress, and I think it's time for you to hang it up. But if you're doing stuff and you're making little gradual like improvements, then I feel like you should start transitioning into like taking it more serious.
Okay. And would you say that routine is anti-creative? So having structure, having a routine, is that considered anti-creative?
Nah, I think routine is the best way to do it because it keeps you like more focused and more aligned with like your goal. But somebody like me, I'm more like freestyle. But as like I'm getting older and I have more stuff on my plate and more stuff to worry about, I feel like a routine is what I need now. I can't freestyle all the time no more.
What's a staple in like your freestyle routine that like you need every day to just keep going, keep pushing?
I definitely would say like my diet. Diet's a big part. Fitness, and like I also watch a lot of like motivation videos that keep me going.
Podcasts?
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. And to diet, do you think that diet is like the number one thing? Because I feel like for the body, you need it to fuel. You can't be your best if you're not eating the healthiest, or you know?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like diet is like the most important thing because people like sleep on that because you are what you eat. So if you eat a whole bunch of junk, you're gonna feel like junk. So I feel like diet is a big like portion of like how your day goes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so now let's get into all the nitty gritty, itty bitty parts. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
I hope you got some more tea in your cup because it's about to get spicy, chat. So let's get into it. Money, clout, and ethics. So is clout a real form of currency?
Yeah, if you use it, because you could have somebody with 100,000 followers, and let's say he has a product, maybe it's a clothing brand, might be, he could use that to generate some revenue. And then you could have somebody with 100,000 followers and he doesn't do nothing with it. So I feel like if you have clout and you think of an idea of something to create, you could use it to generate some money. So yeah, it is.
Okay, I agree. What if you're not generating it? Would you still say that clout is some form of currency in some way?
I mean, yeah, clout can get you through a lot of doors, but I feel like what's the point of getting through the door and you ain't doing nothing in the room?
I agree.
It don't make sense.
Is chasing success worth losing yourself? Because I've seen in the industry a lot of people who've gotten to the top of the tops, made the best songs, made the best content, but once they hit that highest point, they lost themselves completely and have had to go to rehab, have had to go to, through a lot.
Yeah, most definitely. I've seen that too. But I'll say, number one is, I'll say don't chase anything. Like, I feel like just become what you're trying to, if you're trying to attract something, try to become it. Don't chase it because anything you chase will run away from you. So don't chase it. And I feel like when you're going after something, try to do something that's like already naturally you. So you don't got to go put on an act to be somebody you're not. Because then that makes you like kind of like lose yourself a little because you're trying to pretend to be somebody you're not. Just try to be yourself and you'll be fine.
Have you ever went through something like that and had to like remind yourself that this is not me at all?
Yeah, most definitely. Multiple times.
Okay. And do you believe that money can buy creative freedom?
Hell yeah.
I agree.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like with money, it opens a lot of like doors for you. Like certain things you ain't able to do if you have the money, you can pay your way to get into doing stuff your way.
Yeah.
Anytime you want. So I feel like money is a big tool to have. Sure.
I agree. Money is one of the biggest tools.
Yeah. Especially when you learn how to use it the right way.
Right way, exactly. Now, let's talk loyalty, relationships, work, and boundaries.
Man.
Should loyalty matter more than opportunity? So let's say you and your homeboy, blah blah blah, been friends for mad long, and you get an opportunity, and he's always been there, like your cameraman, but you know he's not gonna be a good part for like to play this role for this event. Are you gonna choose loyalty?
If opportunity come and opportunity fits more for me and it don't fit for him, and that shouldn't change our friendship. The opportunity is just not for you, and I will try to help you find your own lane. I ain't gonna leave you in the dust. I'll just try to help you find your own lane. But our friendship shouldn't change because opportunity came from me. Vice versa, if opportunity came from you and it didn't come from me, our friendship shouldn't change.
And if it does change, how do you move? Like,
if it changed, I don't think it would change from my perspective though. Like, because I'm big on like loyalty with my friends, so like, it does change it probably from their perspective, and that just goes to show me like that's how you feel about me anyway.
Facts. So in that sense, is cutting people off part of growth or avoidance?
That's a good question. I don't really cut anybody off though. I just like, I ain't the type to write you a paragraph like, yeah, you did this, da da da. I'm more so like
a ghoster.
Yeah, I'm a ghoster. I'll just disappear slowly. Like, say we used to hang out like 4 times a week. I start hanging out with you like maybe 1 time, then just slowly start dissing myself, and then eventually you just gonna know like, yeah, he ain't rocking with me no more. I don't need to talk. Like, action gonna show you.
Yeah. So is that part of growth or like avoidance? Or would you say both? Because I see it as both.
Yeah, it is both. I'm trying to avoid your ass because I don't like you anymore. Like, I really shit though. Like,
sips tea, you guys. I'm crying. So just to touch on like the negative people and like the negative energy, you know, because it's a new year, so hopefully everyone's on positive vibes, but we know that negative energy can be really draining. So what do you do if you're living with people who have negative energy or, you know, are very draining and it's not allowing you to consume? Like, what, let's say you don't have the funds to move out, or you can't just like get rid of your family.
Okay,
I'll say, what do you do?
I'll say my best advice for you is to find a safe spot where it's like, it could be maybe going to a library for like 2-3 hours, or maybe going to a friend that's you're really close with, like go to their house, or just find like a little safe spot where you could kind of like detach from like the negativity and like keep your mind focused on the goal to the point where it's like the goal is so stuck with you to the point when you go back to the negativity, it doesn't affect you no more.
Facts. And the one that I really want to ask you is, are creative spaces too intimate to stay professional? Everyone's gonna get this spicy question.
Nah, mind your business. That's what you gotta do. Like, mind your business, bro. Yeah, mind your business and try your best to go for what you're trying to get and get up out of there. That's all. Mind your business.
Chat, comment down below what you think about that, you guys. All right, so while we're on this touchy topic about relationships, why do you think relationships don't work nowadays?
Honestly, because of people like you. Oh! Social media.
Like, wait. What did you just say?
You heard what I said?
Like me?
Yeah, people like you, bro.
What did I do?
Social media just messed everything up too, though. Like, I feel like social media, man, it made things not the same no more. It's so easy to access everybody.
Now, mental health, accountability, and self-awareness is, you know, especially nowadays, mental health is a really big thing. I feel like with content creation and everything like that, burnout can be such a big thing, and like being down on yourself. So I have a few questions about that. Does pain fuel creativity?
Yeah. I feel like it depends on who you are, though. Because certain people, when they go through pain, they feel like they can't push through it and get over that hump. But some people that already kind of experience pain for kind of like a long time, and kind of like, I'm not gonna say you're immune to it, but you kind of know how to like get through those tough times or whatever. I feel like that's gonna give you that push.
Do you think that artists are more emotionally unstable than the average Joe?
Yeah, of course.
Why?
Something wrong with artists, man.
Tread lightly. I'm an artist.
Yeah, artists is like, to want to be an artist and express yourself through like music, something gotta be up with you. You can't just be like a regular person. So? Yeah, you come on, bro.
There's some people, they're rare, that like make music and they're the happiest person. They have everything they want, or at least what they painted to look like.
Or they eventually become like that. But I'm saying like just like a regular artist, bro. Yeah. There's a lot wrong with them.
You have to be a little.
You have to be a little,
Damn.
Cause what you gonna talk about? Ha kiki boo boo ha. Like you gotta talk about, you know, pain, stuff. So yeah, pain, or like even if you're talking about like happy music and stuff like that, it's like you gotta be willing to be able to express yourself in that way.
So when Pharrell made "Because I'm Happy," you think he made that song from like a deep dirt?
Yeah, he was going through something. Yeah.
And then he's like, "I just gotta be happy."
Yeah, that was his way out. Like music's like therapy, so that was his way out of like thinking like that. But yeah.
Wow.
Every artist is crazy. Yeah.
As an artist myself, every artist is indeed a little crazy.
Crazy in a good way sometimes, though.
So, since all artists are crazy, according to you, right? Would this follow your logic that artists should prioritize therapy?
Yeah.
Artists should prioritize therapy?
Yeah, most definitely, because it's like, I feel like as a artist, well, a good artist, in a way, you kind of like therapy for other people.
Yeah.
So if you're a therapist for somebody else, you also need therapy.
But what if music is your therapy? What if
Nah,
it
that
is
ain't enough.
it's
That ain't
enough
enough.
for me.
Hell no. You need more. Like music only like you can express yourself through there, but then sometimes you gonna need somebody to pour back into your cup with. And like music ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like it gonna pour into you, but
So that's when I listen to Rod Wave.
nah. First of all, raw wave just make you more sad than what you already are. Say you're going through stuff. He's a good artist though, but when you're going through stuff, he might fill that void for you, but sometimes he make that void a little deeper than what it is. Like,
no, I don't know why Rod came to my mind,
Yeah.
but definitely.
He make pain music.
Who do you think are better artists, men or female?
I'll say this: females are more better in terms of artists. The reason why I'll say this is because I feel like they're more with music. If you want to make like really, really good music, you gotta be open to be more vulnerable and let certain things like slip through. And I feel like females could do that without being on drugs.
Come pick up your phone. I had them full. Damn.
Females could be more vulnerable with like how they feel about something through their music.
Yeah.
Where men gotta either really go through something or they're off of like a drug to be vulnerable enough to say something. You know
I'm off these ends, you know how I'm feeling. I've been rolling and you know I'm chilling. Heart so cold, you broke me. Now I'm a villain.
Yeah. But I'll say females are the better artists. I like a lot of female artists too.
Top 3?
Mariah the Scientist, that's one. Nicki for sure. And then I'm gonna go.
Tread lightly.
I'll go. Damn, SZA.
Now, get out the podcast. Get out the podcast. Get out.
And then my 4th will be
Don't put me at number 4 because if you put me at number 4, we're gonna snap.
No, yeah, number 4 I got Lil Ty.
It's okay. No, okay.
Bad.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm somebody's number 1 out there. Favorite artist, you feel me? Favorite female artist. It's okay. Shout out to my day ones. Music down below. Everything down below.
All right. Nowadays, I feel like a lot of women say we're living in a sassy era for men, right? A lot of women are saying we live in a sassy era for men.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like is a masculine man and what is a sassy man?
Literally called someone sassy today. Sassy? He was trying to tell me that sassy just popped up out of the blue 2-3 years ago. No, sassy is a word you call a young girl who has a lot of attitude. And that's what these men are. Just filled with attitude nowadays, rolling their eyes, talking back. You feel me? That's sassy. A real masculine man handles his business, right? He helps you keep your emotions in check when you naturally, as a female, tend to get emotional spikes. Stop.
Oh man.
Well, he's a leader, and he pays the way. And I mean, if you're like me, a feminine girl in her chill, laid back era, he just has to lead and you just, follow right behind, but with your own brain.
Okay.
Nowadays, these guys be wanting to argue with you.
I feel like guys deal with too much that they don't talk about too, though. That's why.
I agree.
We need help, man.
Don't take it out on your girl, though. Why you rolling your eyes at me? Go get therapy. Better help. One day we will be
slap the therapist, bro.
Smack the therapist. You see why you guys need to find outlets such as music to be your therapy, so you're not smacking your therapist.
Yes. Therapy is important, by the way. Please go. You gotta go to therapy, bro.
Are you in therapy?
Yeah, I don't went before. It took me a little while to get comfortable going, though, because I didn't think I needed it.
Yeah.
And then once I went, she's just trying to talk too much. I don't really like talking and stuff, so. And then at that point, like, you gotta open up and stuff, and I don't even know you. And
Wait, did you just say you don't like talking?
Yeah, I don't.
She was talking too much? Your therapist talking?
Yeah, she was talking too much. So it's like, and telling a stranger, I can't open up to people I'm close to sometimes. So a stranger tell me to open up, was just like, what you on, bro? But
that's the good part about it.
Yeah, so that's why I kind of like had to break out of that shell and then learn how to, talk a little better and, be more open and stuff like that. So therapy is definitely needed. You got to go to heal from your trauma.
According to the older generations, therapy is not needed, but don't listen to them. Get help.
Stop it. Get some help.
Or else you'll end up like... Yeah. After we talked about mental health and everything, let's get into a little bit about image, social media, and perception, which kind of goes hand in hand with your mental health. One day, mark my words, Unwritten Bars will have a BetterHelp sponsorship. But is cancel culture accountability?
Elaborate.
So cancel culture is usually like if someone in the industry or like a music person or whoever does something wrong, they cancel. We don't listen to their music. We don't talk about them. Like, you ever seen that? Like,
yeah, I seen the little cancel. Yeah, she did this.
Yeah. So is that accountability for the person who did something wrong? Let's say a person of color said the N-word in a song and now they're canceled. That's cancel culture. Is that accountability for them?
Nah, because I feel like everybody be humans at the end of the day. So it's like the same bullshit they doing that's just publicized. Yeah. You doing the same thing. It's just that nobody know who you are. So it's like, say for example, somebody might get bashed for like, I don't know, saying something they're not supposed to say on the camera or somebody secretly recording them and get them to say something, whatever. I feel like normal people do the same thing. It's just that their stuff is not publicized. Some dude might get caught for cheating on the internet. He has 3 million followers and somebody record him and he gets exposed for being a cheater. But you watching the video and your boyfriend cheating on you, but you don't know because nobody know him.
Okay, but what if you do find out, or like, let's say their friend, for example, like tells them like, yo girl, your man is cheating on you, blah blah blah, and then she holds him accountable. Let's say that person who just said this doesn't go through like the cancel culture, for example.
Right.
Now they're gonna think that it's okay to keep saying like the N-word, right?
Yeah.
So I think for me it's a sense of accountability.
It is, but think about it. Like, imagine you're an artist, you get canceled. Like, now your shows don't look the same, your fan base ain't the same, people ain't rocking with you the same. Now you have a lot of enemies and stuff like that. So I feel like everybody deserves a second chance.
Do you feel like when you're at that level, you should be holding yourself to a higher standard and holding yourself accountable to make sure you don't get canceled?
Of course, because once you get to a certain level, you can't go back down to a certain level. So you got to move more strategic. You got to move more, like, you got to be way more aware of stuff. Like, you can't, certain things that you was able to get away with when you was nobody, now everybody know who you are, you can't be doing no more. Like, you got to be more aware.
Is online success misleading?
Yeah.
Why?
Because sometimes if a donkey get too much attention, he gonna feel like he a lion. So I feel like if you there's a lot of idiots that are famous.
Yeah.
And then like now they feel like they this type of person and they like bigger than the program. And then shit goes left and you realize you ain't bigger than the program because nobody's ever bigger than the program. So I feel like online success could definitely trigger that for sure.
Facts. And I feel like a lot of celebs nowadays, or people who are just famous now from online, they are also misleading to the youth and poisoning our youth as well. And misleading our youth. And that's why we need
But I also feel like it's also like depend on like what you take into though. And what you, because I listen to a lot of like music about shooting people and this and that. But it's like I don't do that because I don't take it in as like, oh, this is what I'm about to go do, or that's my way of life. I feel like somebody just expressing their story, and you can just like the rhythm, the vibe of the thingy, but don't try to go live somebody else's story. That's their story. So like, you can listen to it as like that's just music, not this is not real life, because music is just art. So
are you one of those people who can separate the art from the musician?
For sure.
So if your favorite artist does something super bad right now and like is like done up, just killed 5 people, all over the news, for example, and you find out, like, I'm talking horrible stuff or like extra real deep, you're like, dang, this is really who Lil Baby this is really who Lil Baby is, for example. Like,
would I look at him any different?
Yeah. Or are you still gonna bump?
Nah, I still listen to music because music is music. Nah, because like music is music, so I'll still listen to your music.
Yeah.
But how I might look at you as a person, it might be a little different. But your music, go hard to go hard. You can't be no hater of the person's art, because that's one thing. Like, anybody could like say anything, but you can't deny somebody's talent. So if their talent is working, you can't say nothing about it.
True. What if they went viral off of one song? And you guys all know who I have in mind right now. If you know, you know. Drop a sub. In the back of your mind, you know who I'm talking about.
Okay, they went viral for one song?
Yeah, like one song, super famous.
Yeah, I'm the type of person, if you go off viral for one song, I ain't gonna like you anymore. You gotta have a catalog. Like,
gotta have a catalog.
Yeah, man, that's like you being on a team and you make one shot and you, nah, man, that don't mean nothing. You gotta keep doing it consistently to be like, okay, he's that guy, or she's that girl.
Facts. And then also, how do you feel about this whole line between someone being a musical artist and also like a streamer / content creator? We see people like DDG kind of like tugging between the idea of people not respecting him as a music artist because they've known him
as a streamer.
Up. Yeah, as a streamer.
I feel like people try to put people in a box too much. There's no limit to what you can create. Yeah. So DDG's not a bad artist. Yeah. I actually think DDG's better than a lot of artists that are mainstream. Yeah. But people just want to put him in this box of like, oh, he's just a streamer trying to make music. Yeah. But nah, he's a streamer who could make music. So it's not like he's a bad artist. People just want to keep you there because they feel like, oh, whatever you started off as is like what you should finish off at, like, which is not true.
And do you think that idea or concept right there is what hinders a lot of people from even taking that step into everything? Because they feel like, oh, I'm a good artist, I'm a good rapper, I'm a good streamer, I'm a good everything. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to be remembered as something great, but I know if I start with streaming, they're going to know me as the streamer or the YouTuber.
I feel like, yeah, most definitely, but I also feel like it also depends on how you make the transition. In life, period, you can't make any transition too quick. You got to make it like slowly. Like, say you're doing content, start slowly adding your music in there slowly. But they might not even know it's your music.
Yeah.
Just add in there slowly, and then I don't know where you pop out with a gunner feature.
Yeah.
And they like, oh shit, he do music. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you gotta kind of like slowly work your way in there. Don't just switch it to being like an artist. Yeah.
This is a question that I ask everyone on Unwritten Bars.
I'm ready.
Do you believe that every person that makes music is considered an artist? And let me give you my take first, right? I believe that there are layers to artistry and layers to becoming a top tier dope artist. But the definition of art is to storytell, to create. So I feel like even if your music is the bottom of the barrel, the fact that you pulled it from your brain, even if it was
the brain's in your ass, bro. Come on, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like some of these rappers, like even underground, some of these rappers are actually decent, or even sound a lot better than mainstream artists. But some people, bro, you gotta understand, bro. You don't have no chance, bro.
You're still an artist, not in the music sense, but in
No,
the fact that you're creating.
you ain't no damn artist, man.
You're creating
You
something.
need to get a job.
So Ice artist.
Yeah. Is she a top tier artist? No.
Okay, so you agree with me?
Yeah, I agree with your point. But Ice has got, we ain't looking at Ice Spice for music.
Of course, like
Yeah.
just for examples, you guys, because but like if you put her and like Ariana Grande, it's two different like.
Yeah, for sure.
But
we looking at something else for Ice Spice. We ain't looking at our Ice Spice music. You know what we looking at. Yeah, you know what we looking at.
Word. How do you feel about parents exploiting their children young on? Seeing some kids that are young that are already in the music industry, around half of the names that we discussed today at the age of like 8, 9.
Right.
And I've also seen some people putting their kids on social media very young. How do you feel about that? I feel like there's a thin line.
I'll say this, man. If your kid has the potential and he naturally carries a certain type of personality, and you could tell like this is something that he could have some type of interest in, okay, then put him in there or put him in certain things to make sure that you get the best outcome out of it for sure. And like obviously it's like an investment for not just only you, but it's an investment for your kid as well. So they have somewhere to like a foundation to start off with, because I feel like a lot of people don't have a foundation to start off and they got to figure out themselves. So if your parents are, blessed enough to put you in a place where you get a foundation, I feel like it's good. But then I feel like sometimes when the parents trying to force the kid into doing it and the kid doesn't feel comfortable doing it, that's when it's a problem, because your kid is not supposed to be a moneymaker for you.
What about those people who give birth to the kid and the kid just sees the camera in the face from the start? They don't really show that they're not interested in being in the vlogs and stuff. You can't really tell on the outside, but what's that line? Like, let's say you meet someone today and y'all just say, family channel. Like, where's the consent for the unborn child? Do you not respect your unborn child's values?
I definitely do. And even when I have kids, nobody gonna know I have a kid anyway. So I feel like I definitely do. Yeah, hide your kid. I gotta protect my kid at all costs.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like your personal life, especially when it comes to your offsprings, should be private.
Facts.
Should definitely be private. In the future, whatever, when you have kids, do you see yourself putting them all on social media and stuff?
Being that their mom is like a big social media junkie kind of person, I would say definitely.
How old though? I'm talking about like 2 months, 3 months.
I'm talking maybe like a year. Once you see the personality developing,
Kids have personality at 1 year old?
Yes.
What personality a kid have?
Don't let me talk about my niece right now. My niece she's had personality since she was 1 year old.
But that's like special type of kids though. I'm talking about like the average kids.
She's not special.
Nah, it's certain kids. Yo, you're crazy.
But I would definitely give it a chance. Give it a shot. And if I see that my kid's not gonna be average anyways.
Of course.
Look at the mom.
I'm gonna say this. What if the father says, I don't want him on social media?
Okay, we are not Hallie and DDG right now.
Okay.
And if that situation ever arises, I carried the baby for 9 months. What are we gonna do about it?
So you got the final say so.
I got the final say so.
Yeah, see, people like this is what creates sassy men.
Obviously, we'll talk about it, but we have to meet somewhere. We have to meet somewhere in the middle, or we're just gonna take it to court. Cause
back in the day, man, the man used to have the final say. Nowadays, man, roles reverse.
And why? Because men are now sassy, and women now have to act like men.
Oh, yo, you know how annoying it is to deal with emotions all day?
Well, don't deal with an emotional girl. And if you have emotionals bottled up, talk to your girl about it. Don't bottle it up just because, I'm a man, we're not supposed to talk about our feelings. Like, no.
I feel you, man. Yeah, exactly. Man gotta open up more,
To all the men out there, start opening up this year, 2026.
Yeah, open up more, for sure.
Just open up a little bit.
To the right people.
To the right people. And of course, don't tell your whole life story. You never want to tell a new person what the last person did, because they're just going to use it against you. You feel me? Brody here's been through that.
What you said?
I said you've been through that.
Been through what? No. Whatever she said I've been through, I ain't go through. When you do get away from whatever, is this gonna be somebody gonna show in front of the whole world, or you gonna keep it a private?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It really depends. If he's on the same like type of timing with the content stuff as me, like actively streaming, actively pushing his name in his face, then
Nah, I'm talking about like if y'all going to the movie, you gonna be posting y'all to the movie and stuff.
No, but if I'm vlogging, I'm
Why
a
not?
vlog that I'm in the movie, and you might see a little Rick Owens shoe or like a little chrome heart.
Yeah.
That's about it.
But you ain't gonna show his face though.
No,
Damn. So
not until we're together. Like
I'm saying, if you have to get together, like say y'all go. I hate this too though.
Yeah.
You go out a girl, you pay for the food. She taking pictures of like the food, and she don't show my hand and nothing, my fingernails, nothing. Like I pay for the food, ain't gonna show nothing about me. Like that's crazy, bro. Like, let me get a little. Let me be a part of the picture
the
too,
way
bro.
y'all move nowadays, we can't even be embarrassed. The girl will slide in your DMs like, "Excuse me, I know that clear nail polish from a mile away. Is that blah blah blah?"
That shit is crazy.
No, but it's not even that. Just like how you said you want to pull a Drake and keep your kid away from the world, I want to do the same, and I want to keep my man away from the world. And
okay.
I used to think that girls who used to like blur out their man's faces on like the holiday pictures were super corny. They still are, but now I'm understanding it.
You feel like it's making him like a target type thing. Like once people see your significant other, they be try to go at the person a little bit. They try.
To an extent, there's no insecurity behind it because a baddie's gonna have to have a hot boyfriend also, but it's just...
Hey, your boyfriend can't be ugly?
No.
What happened to liking medium ugly people?
You know, the standards have now been raised. I've never did medium ugly anyways.
Feel you.
The world has only seen me pop out shrimp with one person. And this is a big one. Is rebranding risky? Because I know there was a bunch of times where I wanted to rebrand and I'm just like, no. What about the old me? Even though I'm stepping into this new version of myself. Would you say it's risky? Especially if you're at like a very wobbly point.
Pivotal point?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's risky. I just feel like your attachments make it feel risky. Like your attachments to what you feel like you was or have accomplished make you feel like it's risky. But in reality, it's not risky because just all you're doing is just stepping into a new life.
Do you have any advice for anyone who's thinking about like clearing their whole gram, their whole feed, their whole... Because when you think about it, your Instagram is basically like a catalog of what you've done, what you've accomplished.
It's like a resume,
yeah, like a resume if you're someone who's like a content creator or an artist. So if someone's looking to do a whole big rebrand or a whole 360, any advice on how to make that smooth change?
Yeah, I got advice for you. If you're doing something that ain't working, bro, you gotta change it up, man. Like you doing it and it ain't working, stop, man. It's clearly not working. You gotta stop. So that's the advice I got for you.
Word. I think that's great advice. Let's get into purpose, success, and meaning. So is social media draining in your eyes?
If you're looking at the wrong stuff, yeah, most definitely. Like it could be toxic sometimes, like especially nowadays. Nowadays I feel like everybody got a voice to just get on the internet and say anything. Yeah. So it can be very draining and very misguiding.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you have a strong mind and you know what you're looking at, and you could tell like this is bullshit or this is good news or that might be, then you take what you could take out of it. But don't be on it just scrolling all day, consuming too much. Like try to create more than you consume.
That's what I was gonna say, because I was gonna say like even if you are consuming all that positive stuff, because I heard a lot of people say like, oh well, I'm watching a lot of like good things to feed my subconscious mind. I feel like even if you're consuming it all, that's still draining, especially if you're not like putting that energy back into the world or
if you're not
like
applying
creating. Yeah, if you're not applying it, it's a waste and it's definitely draining. I agree. Is success self-trust?
Most definitely.
Why?
If you don't believe in yourself, then who gonna believe in you? That's just how simple it is. If you don't believe in yourself, then who gonna believe in you?
I feel like it's really that simple.
Yeah.
Success is self-trust, you guys. And last but not least, do you think that artists, content creators, maybe even you said you're entrepreneurs, so business owners, entrepreneurs, do you think that they should detach from metrics, analytics? Why or why not?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like sometimes like
6'7", you guys, 6'7".
I feel like you gotta detach from like a lot sometimes because like sometimes when you got too much going on, like if you don't be careful, it can kind of become like very like draining. Yeah. So I feel like you gotta find like a little outlet. Sometimes it could be like your partner. It could be stuff that you enjoy doing, like say you like playing sports, like going to the gym, stuff like that. You got to find an outlet to kind of detach yourself from like that work mode.
Word.
Definitely need that.
But like, what if you're constantly posting videos, you're trying to hit a 30-day streak and nothing's moving, you're not getting anything, you're constantly checking your metrics. Like, yeah, you should detach, but I feel like to a certain extent. You shouldn't be constantly looking at it, because I struggled with that for a little bit during my growth journey, always checking my numbers. But I feel like it is important to check your numbers because you can see what's working, what's not working.
Yeah, it's definitely important to check your numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'll say check your numbers in a healthy way, like how you just said. I post this video, it got 4,000 views, but I post this video, it got 10,000 views. I post this video, it got 30,000 views. So go look at the 30,000 views and go see what you did differently, and so you knew what to apply. So the next video could be like 80K or 100K. You know what I'm saying? So definitely good to look at your numbers, but I feel like don't look at it trying to compare yourself to other people. That's when there's a problem. As long as you just looking at it and versing yourself, trying to make yourself better, ain't no problem. But when you're looking at it trying to compare your numbers to somebody else, then that's when it becomes like a little like self-draining a little bit.
Yeah. And is there any little piece of advice that you just want to leave anyone here watching who's aspiring to become content creator, artist, entrepreneur, something that they can take away?
Yes, I'll say it's very important to try to find yourself, understand who you are, understand where you're trying to go, and understand where you're from. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when you understand where you're from, and you have a better like direction where you're trying to go. But if you don't really know where you're from or where you're at and stuff like that, then it kind of be hard to kind of figure out where you're trying to get to next. So I feel like try to take some time for yourself and get a better understanding of yourself. So that way when you go out there to go network with different people, you see what you're good at, what you're not good at, what you need to work on, what you don't need to work on. So then you apply more pressure to your strengths, but also focus on working on your weaknesses.
That's a great piece of advice. That was really great.
Good one, right?
Make sure you guys know yourself, just like how he said.
Yeah, know yourself.
Because it makes everything else easier, you know?
Of course.
It makes everything else easier.
Actually, I got one question for you.
Yeah.
What made you want? Yeah.
Oh.
You asking me all these questions. I got one question for you.
You don't play.
What made you want to start this podcast?
Oh, that's such a great question. I, really love podcasts, and I love yapping, if you guys can't tell.
I yapping too much.
But yeah, I really just wanted a space for creatives and artists to be able to come together and either one-on-one or with other people in a setting to just talk about what's going on and talk about, their ideas about certain things in our little world, in our little bubble, that other people might not understand, or if anyone wants to get a glimpse of what it's like being an artist or content creator, they can. Or in the middle of the podcast. In the middle of the podcast, he picks up his phone. Thank you so much for joining me today on Unwritten Bars. I had such a blast just, talking freely with you, hearing your unwritten bars, hearing you speak freely. And I really did enjoy this podcast. You're truly a character, man. Truly a character. And make sure you guys subscribe. Tell them subscribe right now.
And make sure you hit that sub button, man.
Make sure y'all hit that
like,
sub.
comment, follow, whatever.
Yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe.
Send it to your grandma, whatever. Send it to whoever.
Guys, I also want to hear your unwritten bars about anything that we talked about today. So make sure you drop them down below so your comment can be brought up in future episodes.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We out of here.